In fact, helping me out, small business expert Gene Marks, along with Brownie Point CEO Lisa King, one of my favorite business entrepreneurs. Lisa, I really want to get a sense from you. What's going on? What are you worried about? How has business changed? And what are your needs, particularly in this area from small business loans and things like that?
Hey, Charles, thank you so much for having me. Well, obviously, we're looking at this one day at a time because it's really the only way that you can at this point. Needless to say, our business has changed. We are actually considered an essential business because we do provide products to grocery stores and we actually deliver food to your door. So we have made the decision to remain open. We follow all safety practices. And for us, this is not a new thing. We follow these practices always. So for us, while we do make sure that everybody is absolutely distanced at least 6 feet apart, and we fortunately have 2 buildings so we can really make sure that this is being done properly, the type of customers, the type of orders, the orders that we, of course, have lost as a result of businesses closing, and most importantly, the health and safety of my employees and making sure that they still continue to work and
do you need a loan, though, Lisa? Are you in a position where you need to tap the federal government program? Do you need a loan? Do you need help to bring those employees back?
Absolutely. We need the loan and we need the money for the payroll so we can continue. Because as I said, it's a one day at a time type of thing right now. And we've lost a significant amount of business at this point.
Right.
And we've got to make up for it. And in order to be able to pay, we've got to have the business.
Sure, of course. That's the catch-22 here. Gene Marks, that's one of the reasons I'm glad you're joining us today, to address Lisa's concerns. And I've got a few extra questions for you. Let me start with the questions, and you could weave in all the answers at the same time. But I got a bunch of them. And Greg M, in fact, says, I work for a startup. I'm selling software to hospitals and businesses, but it's all dried up. How do we get access to the small business loans so we can keep it going with no revenue coming in for the foreseeable future? Universal question, Gene.
It is. So if you're a business owner, and Lisa, hopefully pay close attention here, there are really 2 big areas right now where you can get help from the federal government. The first is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. It's on SBA.gov, and these are loans that are issued directly from the SBA to you under an existing disaster program. They are 30-year payback loans, up to $2 million that you can borrow at very low interest rates. There's also an advance involved as well, a $10,000 advance you can get. So definitely look for those loans. They are straight loans. That's number one. Number 2, we've all been talking about the Paycheck Protection Program. That is under the CARES Act. You do not get that from the SBA. You have to get that from a member banker, from any banker, according to Secretary Mnuchin. But my recommendation is you go to an SBA member banker or lender because they are experienced with giving out these loans.
Right.
Those loans are up to $10 million. Very, very low interest rates, 2-year payback, and for an 8-week period, sometime between February 15th and June 30th, when you get the loans, you can actually apply for forgiveness for your payroll expenses, utilities, and rent expenses as well. So it's like free money from the government. Those are the 2 big places that you've got to be focused on to get help.
Now, here's the thing, though, Gene and Lisa. I got another question. They're asking why some large banks aren't ready to process these PPPs. In this case, one person thought Santander wasn't ready. I've been hearing all day long that Bank of America, that they're only processing these for folks who already have established loans with them, sort of paying themselves before other people. Lisa, have you gone to the banks yet? Before Gene answers, have you gone to the bank and made these requests?
We have. We've been prepared. We've been preparing ourselves the entire week. It's ever changing. I'm sure you know that, Gene. It actually just changed about a half hour ago again. But yes, we did go to the bank. Our banker has been very, very proactive. He's reached out to us time and time again with updates. We have not exactly been successful yet, just in the sense that the site appeared to crash. Eventually, we did get back on. Right. We were acknowledged, and they said they would call us.
And Charles, if I
Gene.
can jump in here, just remember, guys, that when you're getting this loan, the payroll protection loan, it's not with the SBA, it's with your banker. The SBA is
Right.
giving guidelines to the banks, but the banks have to approve your
I think
credit.
what people are saying, though, right, Gene, what people are saying, though, is that these large banks, I had someone email me last night. She had an account with the large bank. They were messing around. They wouldn't give her the money. They gave her the runaround. She opened an account with a small community bank, and they processed it right away.
Let me jump here and just say this much, Charles, okay? Whatever the paperwork that's involved, when I think about the banks and what they're doing right now, if bankers are holding things up for certain bureaucratic reasons, certain paperwork reasons, I am saying to you, if you're in the banking community, that you should be ashamed of yourself. There are medical workers, police workers, and fire people that are out there risking their lives every day. And there are millions of small business owners right now that need this money to survive. And if that means you in the banking community needs to loosen up the rules a little bit or work a little harder or work a little overtime, we are depending on you to get this money out. So hear me and listen to me.
Okay.
Act on this money now. I just want to make sure that I'm clear on that.
I will say amen to you, Gene. Lisa, I will say good luck. It's great seeing you.
Thank
and
you.
I will say, obviously, there's so many more questions, folks. You must watch our special next week. Everyone's asking these same questions, and everyone's really frustrated.